want to give a lot of credit and a shout-out to Clemson and Brad and his staff. It's a very, very good team, a very, very well-coached team. They're tough. They're physical. We knew it was going to be a tough physical game, and it exceeded anything that I even thought it would be. I told our guys in the locker room, standing on the sidelines, that was as physically demanding of a game as I've ever coached in. From the very beginning, it was established early on kind of how the game was going to go and how it was going to be called, and both teams accepted that challenge. And they're a championship caliber team, and they fought. You know what? So did our guys. Javon's sitting next to me right now, and I could name a ton of guys in our locker room. I just told them how proud I was about how hard they fought. There was just a desperation about every loose ball. There was a desperation by both teams for every ball in the air. There were bodies crashing into each other. It was two teams that were vying for a championship and gave it everything they got. And we're very fortunate to come out with a win. Obviously, the end of the game, we have some learning moments that we could improve on as, we move into tomorrow and then to the next week. But at the end of the day, I'm proud of our guys, and we're fortunate to advance and have an opportunity to compete for an ACC championship tomorrow.
Okay, first questions for Javon, second row.
Javon, when we talked at ACC Media Days, ACC Championship was obviously in the vision. Now it's becoming a reality. You have a chance to compete. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, it means the world that we get the opportunity. It means we've been working for it, since we all got together. None of us knew each other, maybe a couple of us through Instagram. So it means the world just shows us how far we've made it, and we have so much further to go.
Front row.
Stephen Arthur, Virginia Tech Television. Javon, Chucky had 6 steals during the game. From your perspective, what was it like to see that a fellow brother of yours is able to pickpocket the ball so well?
Yeah, Chucky's a menace. We don't really have to worry about the other team's point guard as much. Chucky is the best defender I've ever played with. He could pick up 94 all game long. It's just amazing to have, especially at the point guard position.
Second row to our right.
Javon, I think at the beginning of the season, everybody talked about this team and shooting a bunch of threes and the kind of offense that Coach Kelsey has run, and you've done that, but it's become a team, a lot that you're having to get in the lane and score, and Terrence and Chucky, and it's a different type defense and getting loose balls. Talk about that evolution and what it's been like just having to kind of evolve into that.
Yeah, the evolution has been, amazing to see, and our guys are bought in. That's the big piece right there. Our guys are bought in, and it starts with our defense. After the Eastern Kentucky game, we sat down in the film room, and obviously we set goals, and we met them, and now we're trying to exceed them. And like I said, it all starts on the defensive end. It only makes our offense better when our defense is, humming and, moving around and being physical and disrupting, and us being us.
We'll stay on the right, fourth row.
Charlie Reyes, ESPN. Javon, how would you describe the highs and lows and the roller coaster of emotions of the last 2 games?
This is March. Welcome to March. I was fortunate to be in a couple of them last year as well. So, the only thing I can do is just be a leader, talk to the guys, help them understand that, just do what we do. I just got to be a veteran, and we have a lot of veterans on our team that come from playing deep in March as well. So we just have to be those veteran guys and get together and just understand and just be us.
Second row to our left.
Javon, last time y'all faced this Duke team, y'all gave them the largest deficit before Georgia Tech that they had all season, and that was with Coop and Malik. Now they don't have Coop and Malik, so going into that game, how do you prepare for this team?
I would just say just recovering our bodies, first of all, making sure that we're ready to go. And it's going to be another, battle in the paint tomorrow. Same thing, transition, rebounding, rock fight, just do what we do. We know it's going to be another physical game. The team that's more physical, the team that disrupts more, and the team that wins the backboard is probably going to win the game tomorrow.
Back of the room.
Question for Coach and Javon. Whenever Clemson brought that pressure late in the game, that's when they kind of started that run. If Duke were to do that tomorrow, what do you do differently?
handle it better. You give them credit. They were desperate at that point of the game, and the officials let stuff go at that point of the game, and the traps were ferocious. We made some ill-advised plays and could have handled some situations better, but we work on those situations every single day. We sure as heck don't make any excuses, and we don't give any explanations, but our guys were low on fumes there at the end of the game. So at the end of the day, they gritted out a tough win, and fortunate to advance, and we're in those situations tomorrow. We'll handle it better.
Last question for Javon.
Looking at tomorrow, it's been a long time since you guys played Duke. What do you feel like you've learned about yourselves as a team since then?
I would say we found our identity on the defensive end. Like I said, when our defense is humming, buzzing around, and disrupting, and us being us, we're an athletic, versatile team that can disrupt at all 5 positions. When we're doing that and we're locked in, we're a hard team to beat. So, yeah.
Hey, Javon, thanks for getting bad luck.
Thank you.
Get some
Thanks,
rest.
Bob. Yep.
Okay. Questions for Coach. Second row, left.
Because I keep forgetting to introduce myself, TJ Wilkerson, VTR and Sports Radio. Coach, also talking with you at Media Days, you were ecstatic when you took this job. You talked about what it meant to you. Here you are in the ACC Championship, Louisville's first appearance in the ACC Championship. What does that mean to you, Coach of the Year?
Staff of the Year. I got great people around me, so I'm humbled to receive that honor, but embarrassed a little bit as well. I mean, there's great coaches in this league. It's been a whirlwind of a year. It's coming up on 12 months since Josh Hurd made that call to me and offered me the job to be the head coach at the University of Louisville. And when I still say those words, I still can't believe it's real sometimes, and I get goosebumps on my arm. I mean, listen, I've said this at my press conference, and I've said it a million times. I mean, this brand, that Cardinal head there, it's one of the greatest brands in collegiate sports. And I'm fortunate to be the head coach here. I thank God every day for this amazing opportunity. We live in a world-class city with people that are passionate about basketball and passionate about the University of Louisville. And, when we accomplish things like this and have an opportunity to play for a ACC championship tomorrow, it kind of makes you feel like you're doing your part and you're earning your keep. And, that group of young men in that locker room is special. I've never had a team that has the seriousness of purpose every day in preparation like they do. You can see the caliber of competitors and dogs that they are when things get hot and in big moments, and they're taking me on this ride with them. It's a player-led team with phenomenal leadership. I mean, heck, Javon Hadley should be handing out resumes and business cards back there in the back. Like, what a world-class kid and an absolute warrior on the court as well. So I'm fortunate and blessed. We're excited about the opportunity to compete with Duke tomorrow for a championship.
Previously said you play Duke tomorrow. What is the message to the fans to keep the momentum rolling as you play the #1 team in the nation and look forward to Selection Sunday?
The message to our fans, I'm sure they're all still up because they're basketball crazy, and after that game, the emotions of that game, how it ended, I'm sure they're all staring at the ceiling, not able to go to sleep right now. I won't be able to either, although you don't get much sleep during conference tournament play anyway. But, we'll see y'all tomorrow. There's probably some tickets available, some scalpers out there on the sidewalk. So Charlotte's not too bad of a drive for Louisville, so come on up. As much of the Red Sea as we can have out there, the better. So love to have Card Nation here in Charlotte.
Move over to our right.
Charlie Reyes, ESPN. Coach, how would you describe the way the teams progressed throughout the season to how they're playing in the to this tournament?
Well, I think Javon said it. Right when we started conference play, we barely beat Eastern Kentucky late in December, right before conference play, and he's right. Like, we had a team meeting where we really stopped and we said, all right, how can we be great? How can we be the best version of ourselves that we could possibly be? And we all decided that we had to up the ante on the defensive end. And we picked out some metrics that we were gonna look at every single day, and we were gonna build. And we said, if we can get there, we can be an elite team. And we're hitting those metrics right now. Now you're only as good as your last game. Defensively, our guys were beasts tonight. That's a hard team to prepare for. That's a hard team to guard. They're very, very well coached. Our guys were on their assignments, and they played with unbelievable effort. So to answer your question, I would say just the commitment on the defensive end, starting at the beginning of conference play to where we are right now, which has really allowed us to take off.
Coach, you obviously believed in all these guys because you recruited them and you study the back of the bubblegum card, as you like to say, but how much tougher and better maybe are they than even you thought they were? Obviously, your staff has developed them, but there's something there that you don't understand until you see it, it looks like.
Yeah, you got to recruit toughness. It's hard to coach that or teach that, right? You either have it or you don't, in my opinion, or you don't have the time to teach it if it is possible to teach it. And we go to great lengths to try to do our research and talk to as many people as possible we want great competitors and guys with great toughness. And you could see today we got a team full of them.
Any other questions? Go ahead.
This was a game, and you've had them before, where you had pretty big foul trouble, and you guys don't talk a lot about foul trouble, and it's not even kind of hard to see any visible effect on you or your staff when guys get in foul trouble, but how do you deal with that with such limited numbers as you've had?
Yeah, it gets a little tricky, and it got a little tricky tonight when Noah fouled out. James had 4. We had other guys with 3 or 4 fouls as well. So, like I said, they were on fumes. We were on fumes. We were crawling to the finish line, as you could tell, and crossed it just in time. But when those things start happening, like you have a plan of how you're going to do your rotations and how you're going to divvy up the minutes, but then, all that goes away once the game starts based on how guys are playing, who's in foul trouble. Our staff does an unbelievable job with that.
Anyone else?
Back-to-back games, it's been a little bit too close for comfort for the team with scoring and everything else. But what is the biggest fundamental thing that needs to be worked on or tweaked before you head to Duke tomorrow?
Well, we're playing the number 1 team in the country, right? So they have, I know number 2's out from what I understand, but when I looked the other day and I'm starting to prepare and get my stuff all together for who we could potentially play, you look at some of these things online and they have like 5 guys that are supposed to get drafted in the first 2 rounds or something like that. It's like Noah's Ark. They have 2 of everything. So biggest thing we got to improve on right now is our guys getting to sleep, our guys getting some rest, recovering our bodies, hydrating like crazy. Coaches will pour over film all night. We'll try to be short and sweet with our preparation tomorrow and have a smile on our face and be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when the ball goes up tomorrow at Duke. John's a phenomenal coach, class act too. When the award was named the other day, he called me. He reached out to me, and I thought that was really, really, really classy because you know what? He could have very easily gotten it. Maybe he should have. But I thought that was a really classy move on his part, and all the interactions I've had with him over the years because we were both coaches and AU tournaments and stuff like that. He's doing a heck of a job there. He's one of the best coaches in the country.
Anyone else?
And lastly, you had the biggest lead you had was with 3:50 left in the second half of 15. What seemed to be clicking on offense this game?
Yeah, we were I felt like our transition, which is part of our DNA, who we are as an offensive team, and we always say like the cumulative effect of how we push the ball and rush to offense on every possession can wear teams down. And I thought when we really expanded the lead, we were getting kickouts, kick-aheads, we were getting uncontested layups at the other end. So I thought that was a big part of it. And then we were obviously getting stops. How we handled their barrage late when they were coming after us and pressing us and trapping us and things like that. We had some ill-advised plays and turnovers, but we'll clean that up.
All right, get some rest. We'll see you later tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Pat, Phil Warshire, I used to see you back at your Wake Forest days.
Okay, yeah, good seeing you again.